Welcome to the Supercell Dungeon, everyone. My name is Chief Pat, and today I'm going to be talking to Lassie, who is the lead of the brand new game Clash Royale, which will be going into soft launch tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by my channel to say some words about Clash Royale. I'm pretty excited about the game.
Thank you. Really happy to be talking about the new game, finally.
What's been going into the game, and sort of how long have you been developing it?
It actually started already in 2011. There was one programmer who made a prototype of a game that really had a similar type of gameplay. So pretty much the month we started building Clash of Clans.
And speaking of Clash of Clans, obviously there's some familiar faces that you might see inside of Clash Royale. When did you guys make that decision to use the Clash of Clans IP, and what went behind that rather than making a whole different world inside of the game like Boom Beach or Heyday?
Yeah, so game started with the more generic fantasy theme, and it was only a while ago once we realized that we need to create so many new characters, so much content, and it just makes a lot of sense to start using the class characters as a base and extend from there.
Nice. And it is a much different game than what we've seen before with you guys. Clash Royale is more of a dynamic, live PvP sort of battle game. What went behind that decision, and what type of players do you think are going to pick up on the game?
Game is really nice and simple to start, so you learn the basics really fast. But on the other hand, there's also like a lot of depth in the combat once you start playing it. And you're also playing against other people pretty much all the time in real time. So hopefully at least all the clusters would like the game.
It is going into soft launch. It's not going to be available in every single country. Where is it going to be available, at least for the very beginning?
It's total 9 countries that we will have in the soft launch. That will be Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, and all the Nordic countries. Idea there is that we want to have the matchmaking running smoothly 24/7, so it's kind of all around the globe.
The final question, what's your favorite thing about Clash Royale? I know for me, my favorite thing is the taunts, and reaching the taunt limit in pretty much every single battle, spamming the emotes. What's your favorite thing about the game?
It's definitely the variety in the combats, so you never know what you're going to see. Sometimes there's a Pekka and sometimes there's some other surprise coming.
10 buildings.
Yeah, sometimes even that, but you never know what you're going to face in your opponent's decks. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking to me. It's been a blast. I'm really excited to see the game. All right, so we've moved to my living room, and here I am joined by Lasse, who is the original game lead of Clash of Clans. You guys might have heard about that game, as well as Yanni, who is currently doing the art for Clash Royale. Thanks for stopping by my channel, guys. There's some new characters that we're going to be seeing in Clash Royale. They're known as the Royals. Give me a little bit more insight into those guys.
All the villages in Clash, they're surrounded by they're in the valley. They're surrounded by a dark mystical forest. I believe the first lines of the game is like in a magical clearing, but their view of the world, the barbarians, their view of the world is pretty limited. They only know how to battle and have a good time within the village. But this is only one part of the world. Yes, there is the war. The war takes place in a weird place, but now we're seeing a new area, completely new area. Imagine one day, a barbarian wakes up. This is not, by the way, a once upon a time type of story. But one day a barbarian wakes up and tumbles to a spring trap and gets flown away from the village, like in going to matchmaking, going to battle. You see he's flying above the clouds, and all of a sudden he lands into in this weird place. Kind of looks like, it has the characteristics of a normal village, or like a normal, but something is different, something is a bit more fancy. And you could see an arena there, and he sees some very familiar folk, but they're slightly more groomed, they're more stylized. The Royals, they know how to take care of themselves. They groom a lot.
Nice.
So that's how I see. So it's almost like the Royals are their long-lost cousins.
Okay.
They're related.
Only a spring trap away.
Yeah, but they never knew each other's existence. You know when you donate a troop, they wander through the dark forest
That's true.
They
come out of nowhere.
They come out of nowhere. Nobody knows. It's a big mystery. It's like they're like animals. They know where the home is, but they don't know. If you ask like a kid, where you been? I don't know. The all Dark Forest, it's a big blur for them. Maybe they walked past the arena 100 times, but only now they're actually fully seeing it.
Interesting.
So that's the whole big story.
Cool. And with these new characters, obviously working with the Clash of Clans IP, which I talked to Lassie about, and I'm working on the names, by the way, Lassie.
That's well done.
How is that going to influence you guys when it comes to making new artwork in the game? Because obviously working inside of the Clash world, whether it's working with new things like the Royals or maybe some of the older troops like the Barbarians and Archers, which are definitely there. How is that going to influence the art of the game?
Basically, as before, we have been working as independent teams. Like working on Heyday, Clash of Clans, they are independent teams. They do what they think is the best thing for their game. And that same tradition is kind of continuing with the Clash Royale as well as Clash of Clans. So we kind of course, influence each other. We'd like to see those things there, but it also might be something that doesn't work for their game. And it's two different games. So we have limits in some sense that we have a world and we have kind of this already existing IP, but in game-wise, we're only about the gameplay. Basically.
Nice. Well, the last question I'm going to ask you guys, which I've already asked previously, is what's your favorite part about Clash Royale?
Mine would be the golden boy, the golden man. I call it the golden man.
What is that?
Golden man. I love the golden man. It's a high risk, high reward guy.
I'm trying to think of which card that would be.
That's the prince.
Prince is nice.
I can hear his voice every once in a while.
I love the golden man.
Boy, golden
I'm thinking. I have the golden man here. Which lane? Which lane? Wait a minute. Wait, he's going there. No, he's not. Boom.
It's the
I
tower.
love that. I love it. Love it to bits.
Biggest, greatest thing about Clash Royale is definitely going to the new worlds, new places, seeing where the goblins are coming from, where Pekka is built, basically, and then even extending now the world that we've seen, but even going further and further in that sense, basically, and doing more in the future, of course.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for stopping by my channel.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit of Clash Royale. I'm really excited to play the game, try some stuff out, but we're gonna get some final words from our man Jonas, who you guys might know from a certain game called Clash of Clans. So wrapping up our talks for today, I'm bringing in a familiar face that you guys might remember from ClashCon, who is Jonas, a member of the Clash of Clans development team. Jonas, one of the first things that people might think of when they see Clash Royale, like I talked a little bit earlier about with Yanni and Lassie, is the fact that since it's using the same IP inside of the Clash of Clans world, that potentially it could be taking away resources from the Clash team. What's gonna be your guys' relationship and how is that whole dynamic gonna work out?
So it's important to realize that Clash Royale was developed by an entirely separate and independent game team at Supercell. So there hasn't been any development resources that have been taken away from Clash of Clans to Clash Royale. We still have very big plans for Clash of Clans, and we're going to be going on full steam in the future. That's not going to change. It's interesting to know that a lot of the members of the Clash Royale team actually, they know Clash very well. Lots of them have high-level Clash of Clans accounts, and some of us have actually worked together in Clash of Clans in the past.
Yeah, Yanni and Lasse said that they were part of the team at one point, with the Lasse being the original game lead. Cool. Well, that's probably everyone's main concern, but is there anything else you want to say to Clash of Clans players, maybe future Clash Royale players?
Yeah. So I don't want to take the spotlight from Clash Royale right now. This is their time to shine. It's an awesome game. They've been working very hard on it, and in the Clash of Clans team, we've been huge fans of this game. We've been playing it throughout its entire development cycle. But one interesting thing to note might be that the next troop that's coming up for Clash of Clans actually has been inspired by an old troop that was in one of the early versions of Clash Royale. So maybe this illustrates a bit how the team dynamic might be evolving in the future. Hopefully we can inspire each other to come up with cool ideas.
Sweet. All right, well, the final question that I've been asking everyone today is what is their favorite part about Clash Royale? We've heard about the Golden Man, we've heard about some other things.
I've heard of it too.
What's your favorite part of the game?
Yeah, for me, it's very simple. For me, what I love most about Clash Royale is just when you're playing a battle, once you start the battle, it sucks you right into the device. You just can't look away almost. And I'm pretty sure that Clash Royale is going to be responsible for a huge amount of this. Just a minute, it'll be happening.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by my channel, man.
Of course.
This is actually the final talk we have for today. So for you guys who are in those soft launch countries, it is coming out tomorrow. And for the rest of you guys, maybe some videos on a couple of YouTube channels that you guys know about. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Until next time, I will see you guys later.